going back to the, sorry, on the side ko lang kasi kung bakit nakakaso yun sa isang ambassador. Am I running for 2022? Yung ba yung pangalawa?
You said it's too early, you're not interested.
Yes, I am not interested. Why? Una, it's too early. Pangalawa, wala pa naman akong patunay. You know, unlike kasi nasubukan na mayor naging presidente. Unlike kasi si Duterte, si President Duterte, he's been in a mayor for what? 20 years. Largest city in the country. Davao is the largest city in the country. And he's a lawyer and a practitioner, a pista. So, naging congressman, naging vice mayor, naging mayor. So, talagang medyo ready siya. Ako, unang-una, wala naman akong patunay pa. What is happening in Manila is elementary of governance. The ABCs of governance.
How this outpouring of affection for you?
I'm happy.
Suddenly they are awake to the fact that Manila can be so beautiful. Suddenly they realize that all it takes is political will. You don't have to kill anybody. Speaking of which, how safe are you from all this? I'm sure a lot you have won for yourself a horde, an army of enemies, no?
Well, that's what you call, like in journalism, occupational hazards. Ay, hindi ba kayo din may banta? Oh, lalo na kapag kayo may na-discovering kabalustugan. Diba? Tapos yung taong apektado na yun, talagang, Diyos ko, kung makapagbanta, wagas.
Ang threat nila, mga asawa nila.
Si Pato. Pero ano yan, ako ipinagpapasa Diyos ko yan. Kaya hindi nyo napapansin. After things are said and done, no? Di ba? Direktiba, tapos reaction, tapos resulta. Direktiba, reaction, resulta. After all these things, hindi nyo napapansin, ipinagpasa Diyos ko. That's why we call it Manila, God first. Yeah? For the simple reason, ang hindi kaya ng tao ay kaya ng Diyos. O kaya ito yung mga bagay na wala akong kontrol. Totoo, nag-iingat naman tayo, hindi naman ako nagpapabaya. Siyempre, mahirap din matrabaho ka ng Flores. Yung walang bilang. Kung bakit sa Madyong, di ba Flores walang bilang?
What time does your day begin? What time does your day begin? What time is your breakfast?
Kanina tumira ako mga 5:30, 6 o'clock.
After making the rounds at 2 a.m. with your weather people. So 5 a.m. is your regular wake up time?
Well, ang regular ko talaga mga alas 8. May mga special occasions lang in times of possible calamities. Kasi I don't want to react on calamities. I want to be there before it happens. So that people will be in place. We may not address or we may not, maaaring hindi namin mapigilan yung kalamidad. But in our own little way, I just want the people to feel, may gobyerno. Nandyan na sila. Hindi man kami makaperfecto ng solusyon sa kakaharaping kalamidad. We just want to make them feel that there is still government who will be with them side by side. Yun lang yung tingin kong purpose noon. But normally at 8 o'clock, kami ni CUS, magkachismoso na kami. Alam mo, swerte rin ako doon sa chief of staff ko. Dahil rin, parang doktor yan eh. On call. Kagabi nakita ko sa binibidyo call ko, nakasaan doon eh. Pag video call, patay pa ilaw. Mukhang may ginagawa pa si CUS kagabi. Talagang focus. Because it's an urgent matter. And I'm grateful that he's understanding that, these things must be addressed immediately because walang bagyo, based on technology, wala talagang bagyo, but there will be what we call the low pressure area in the northern Luzon. But if you look at the International Weather Station, yung heat or yung what you call the mapping, magtutuloy-tuloy yung ulan. So, ano cheap, anong tingin mo? So, nagchichismisan pa kami. So, but regularly, 8 o'clock or 9, medyo...
And you knock off at what time?
Oh, depende.
10 o'clock.
Yeah. Pagka may report na sa akin yung mga netizen, kahit Sabado, kahit Linggo, nang-birthday ako. Ay, surprise. Di ba ganun yung birthday? Surprise.
Okay, are you ready now for the
Opo.
more questions from the floor? I'm sure the ladies especially are excited to have a one-on-one with you even for 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you, Totoban, ha? Just for the record. When I called your attention an hour ago, you replied, you complied, you will comply, and thank
Tuban
you.
is Divisoria, no?
Opo. Kasi nung marami, nung isang araw, ito ha, alam nyo ha, modesty aside, ano lang tayo, factual lang. Alam mo, hindi lang kasi nagreklamo yung yung isa na snags. Dahil maluwag yung Divisoria, nakita nung biktima kung saan tumakbo. O nakalawit ng lesbo. Nakalawit, dagupan na outpost. You can ask them. So, ibig sabihin, talagang may buting idinudulot din ang kaluwagan ng kalye.
But they also took advantage of the luwag ng kalye to hit Metro Bank.
Yeah. Pero araw-araw, hindi naman araw-araw Pasko sa kriminal, may Pasko rin sa lesbo. Nachachamban din sila.
Okay, first question.
Yeah, good morning, Mayor. Kasi batang Manila po ako eh. Hindi, batang Manila in the sense na since super talagang taga rito. Mayor, meron po akong gusto lang sabihin sa inyo. Kamusta naman po yung dito sa Recto? Kasi marami po diyang bentahan ng mga nakaw na cellphone. Yun po ba ay na-check nyo na? At pangalawa, may posibilidad din po bang mapasara sila?
Basta ganito. Bumili ka ng nakaw. Napatunayan namin. O bukas wala ka na negosyo. Because the sauce for the gander is the sauce for the goose. If we apply it to the mall, we apply it to everybody. Everybody that will sell. In fact, even to the buyer, a person, an individual, can be charged under the revised penal code or under PD 1612.
But can you prove it was stolen goods?
Ayan, that's why there's what you call proof of ownership, what you call due diligence. Yeah, there's, when you buy something, there is receipt. And especially in cell phone or technology, this is what we call there is a portion in your cell phone, EMEI. Under the EMEI, yung makikita niyo numero, that is the distinction, the footprint or the fingerprint of any cell phone that being given by the NTC. Kaya unique yung phone. At yun, usually, nakakarga yun sa resibo. O, doon lang malalaman
Pero
na.
Mayor, kailangan pa po akong galing sa amin yung ebidensya.
No.
Okay.
Hindi kailangan manggaling sa inyo. Kailangan, kung kayo'y bibili ng nakaw, you see to it na hindi nakaw yun. Because there is a law that penalize pag nanakaw.
Grupo namin sa Juvie de Guzman Presents, gusto ko lang pong Mayor na sabihin na kung sakali po na nagkaroon ng problema na ganito, sino po ba yung tamang tao? Kasi hindi naman si Mayor ang tatakbuhan namin eh. So, police na po. Doon na po didiretso yung mga complainant.
Police talaga. And I hope, no, pwede makisuyo sa inyo.
Opo.
At sa mga manunod. Madalas sa hindi. Ito nagiging habit naman napapansin ko lang. Nagreklamo na bigyan natin ng hustisya. Nung nabigay na yung hustisya, ayaw na magreklamo. Kaya, yung Tolongges, tuwa. Paano mo kayo oblo? Wala akong complainant.
Kulong.
Pero hindi po ba dapat yung
Kulong.
sa side po ninyo
Kulong.
kayo po yung magre-reklamo?
Kulong.
Hindi po, ikaw po
Republic of the Philippines.
ikaw po yung ninakawan eh.
Sa loob.
Madidismiss kung walang complainant eh.
Is placing the pressure on the owner of the mall.
Okay.
No?
Thank you so much.
Okay, next one. Yes?
Ayun, si Pat. Ayun, ang tanong ko lang yung yung sinabi ni Ma'am Julie kanina, yung very excessive yung price ng mga past administration na pre-90 ties.
Yung
Mga stall doon sa loob na pre-privatize, dati city-owned. Kaya ito kung paano yung PPA, arrangements during the previous administration.
CPP.
Opo. Sir, ang tanong, meron ba tayong ano dyan? O may protected ng batas yung transfer na yun? Maraming facility kasi sa Manila, city-owned, pati underpass, pre-privatize, parang ano. Paano po ba yun?
Yes, una, as far as the contract is concerned, it seems valid, no? But for the meantime, I'll give you a very good example on how we try to review the contract in favor of the people of Manila. And I'm going to give you a very good example of that. There is a contract entered into by the Bansa administration that sa tingin namin masyadong argabyado ang Manila. Valid yung contract. So, we utilize what we call persuasive power. Then, utilizing those in favor of the people, we got back about 3,000 square meter that can be made available for in-city vertical housing program. So, may move na ginagawa ang pamahalaang lungsod ng Maynila. May mga areas lang talaga na medyo talagang legal. I don't have a habit, no? While it is true that it was entered into by the previous administration, but I don't want also to send a very bad message that we are bad in recognizing legitimate and valid contracts, because this will send also a very bad signal to future investors in the city that we have this habit of changing the rules in the middle of the ball game. So we don't. But if it is, for example, and I'll tell you another contract that we arguably, or ano bang magandang gamitin sa laro? Hindi, diretso ko na lang. We denied the approval before the City Council. May nagbalak magbenta ng Manila Zoo. Just so you know, it was published in newspaper. No, talaga nagbalak. Yung alkalde na yun. Pinirmahan na yung kontrata. Pirmado na. Nung dumating sa amin sa council, nga. Forward back to City Legal. Awa na Diyos, natalo na rin yung politiko na yun, hindi niya yung valid yung contract. Kaya yung Manila Zoo still protected. Now, it is during our time, modesty aside, because you cannot deny data and facts and dates. So, yun ang naging protection niyo sa amin.
What is being done with the zoo?
Now, we're about to finish with the DED, what we call the detailed engineering design. Manila Zoo, as I promise you, will be rebuilt. Not superficially, but from the ground up. So that if we're going to rebuild it in a long term. Anyway, sarado naman eh. Bakit nagsarado na? Pinangangalagaan naman natin kita. Opo. Tuloy naman ang function ng gobyerno, hindi lang makapag-access ang publiko. Why? Because we are number one violator of environmental protection. Sad to say, the city of Manila is the number one polluter of Manila Bay. So, I cannot allow that to continue. And ironically, it was closed last February, but natapos yung termino ng ibang panahon, 6 months walang nangyari. So that's why immediately I was there and ordered a technical team to redesign the zoo, make it more habitable and friendly to the animals, and make it more green, and make it more environmentally
Look more like a park.
yes, so kaya yun po ang nangyayari ngayon.
Isa na lang ngayon.
At may awan Diyos, matatapos siya in the coming weeks yung plano at the detailed engineering design. After that, we'll have it publicly.
What about the